everybody. I am currently located in Shippenville at the drop-off. I have been instructed to put this into door 80. These doors are very weird as designed. They have like spaces in between them where they're just sort of like that, where there's not a door. I don't know why they do that. Maybe the line trailer's up to get ready, maybe make it easier, I don't know. Maybe more room. Guess there'd be quite a few reasons for that, but sort of makes things a little bit confusing. Got a feeling 80 is probably going to be all the way around the building. We're in the 60s now, so we're getting warmer. Door 80 is probably going to be all the way around the building. Yeah, it is. Hopefully my empty is not over here, because this is a one-way, even though I don't remember it being a one-way. I have been here before. And they must have just recently changed this, or maybe nobody even pays attention to it. I don't know. Shoo! Fertilizer, man. That is horrible. Okay, so door 80 right here. That makes our job easier. We can just go sort of like this. And we can open the doors when we get backed up here, which is very nice. We have plenty of room for that. I haven't even taken off the seal yet. We have plenty of room, because I'm probably going to hit that door. staircase. We have plenty of room, didn't need to do all that, but there has to be a farm here someplace because holy crap, that smells horrible, man. Ugh. We are fully loaded. I did not even get a chance to see what it looked like. This was a drop and hook for me, so obviously it was sealed before I was even able to take a look at it. Everything's a pain in the ass. Trailer smells too. I don't know what's going on, like also this right here, I don't understand why they do that. I've seen some shippers that would put that on trailers to keep them locked up, but they don't take them off. So you gotta be really careful with that, especially if you don't wear gloves, because if you're trying to do that without wearing gloves, man, that thing will cut into you like no tomorrow. I have been even stuck by that without gloves. It'd be easy. I'm trying not to slam into the fucking door. Make sure there's no chocks. Well, they have this electrical thing, but we'll take a look. Not bad. We're not totally against the dock 100%, but it'll work. Alrighty, let's go ahead and start unhooking this. I got 50 minutes on my clock left. I was technically supposed to be picking this up yesterday, but my load yesterday it did not go very well when I tried to pick it up. People that needed to be there wasn't there, and the guy really had no idea anything about shipping or actually I think it was a delivery. He didn't know anything about delivery. What the fuck am I doing? Sitting here talking. I'm exhausted right now, man. Anyways, so I had to wait for 2 hours, which really cut into my drive time and everything like that, and an hour later trying to get unloaded. It was just a nightmare. The place was horrible too. The lot had potholes galore, and very tiny area. You can barely fit a semi truck in it. Not a good thing. I probably should have recorded that, but I've had a whole bunch of loads, you know, stacked up against me. I've been working really hard to try to get those caught up and ready to go as much as possible. So, because my loads are so scheduled so tight together that if one load is late or goes wrong, they all are late, or something goes wrong with it. So I'm gonna drop this. I've been told my trailer is BO82. I have no idea where that is. BO92, I'm sorry. Up the airbags. I do believe this might be down there. I'll make sure it's still in yard move. Yes, so this is on the B side. We have 76. Be way down here. Hopefully I can find a place to park tonight. Ah, damn it. We're still waiting to far up ahead here. We're at 92. Things here because just so you guys can see. Yep, then we're just gonna lock in. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but I want to make sure everything was okay because it depends. I gotta get used to like visually seeing it again. You know, I've been out for so long. It just looked weird to me. I don't know why it did. Let's go ahead and hook this up here. This landing gear is very old. Very, very stiff too. Like we're on a damn boat. This hat is getting on my nerves, man. Ugh. Alright guys, so this may take me some time. I'll be right back with you guys. Give me 1 second here. Alrighty guys. Oh my god, that almost killed me. Oh, that was a pain in the ass. Alrighty. So I gotta pull forward up here a little bit so I can move the tandems. Should be good. There you go. Gotta do all this stuff here. Maybe 762. Let's go take a look. We're gonna go through, check all the lights, make sure everything's good. Oh, God, that's tough. Oh, that would not come out for a minute. Man, I gotta get another tire tread checker because I lost mine, unfortunately. When I had my surgery, what happened with my truck is there was a group of people that mailed me my stuff back home, and unfortunately I am missing a couple of things from that. One of the things is of course the tire tread checker, and the other thing, which is a much bigger deal, my CB radio. I have not been able to find that thing. God knows where it went or what happened to it. But I do have a spare CB radio that's up there, where I'm putting all my freaking junk up there. But with my spare CB that I have, it's not the greatest. I don't quite understand how to use it. It's one of those old-fashioned radios. Well, it's not old-fashioned, but well, you can still buy it. God, I can't get it. Jesus. But at the same time, very unusual, kind of complicated to use, and I don't have the power cord to it. I don't know where that is either. So I'm gonna have to try to find a spare power cord. Whenever that is, we're gonna rock it here. Alrighty, we're good here. Actually, we need to put in my next location here, which I forgot to do. Hopefully there's a truck stop nearby, because I have 43 minutes to get there. I believe I'm going to Brinksville, Pennsylvania, which is Nestle Waters. $305. Good hour, 56 minutes away at stop, Nava Centers. It lives 21 miles away. Should be okay. 29 minutes. Then we're going to be using our clock to its fullest, because I have 43 minutes left to drive. So I'm actually liking the schedule right now. I've been waking up at like 3 a.m. and as you guys know, that is like my preferred, because what the fuck is this? I have no idea. It's like a cardboard box. But yeah, as you guys know, getting a parking spot after like 5 o'clock is almost nearly impossible. You almost have to go to a rest area, something like that. So not a truck tester. I was thinking about that. Give me just 1 second. Let me go ahead and check out with them, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alrighty, guys. We are good to go. So as I was saying, you know, very difficult to get a spot at, you know, 5 o'clock, after 5 o'clock. So I just might have been ending my shift around 4 o'clock, 4:30, which is perfect. Just right on the spot there. Gonna roll this up. I know that's kind of loud. That's because I have the fan on, or not the fan on, but that's the automatic thing. it was shut off here. Eventually, it just did. I'm really glad though, because I've had another Kenworth in the past, same company of course, and they can make that. Guy can just hold his horses there. It's taking forever too. Anyways, so I had another Kenworth in the past that the fan, every time you turn on the air conditioner, will constantly stay on. Like, it's just continuous. It never shuts off. And it becomes annoying after a while. I almost about had, you know, mechanics figure out what was going on with that. Wasn't overheating. I've never had any issues with that truck. It was very weird. But I can manually turn it on and off. Of course, not always off. Of course, it does turn on, you know, automatically when, of course, it is needed. But it stops after a while. It actually only turns on when I'm either sitting or I'm going at low speed. Of course, I'm moving, you know, plenty of air is getting into the engine, but when I'm sitting, it's a different story. So it has to, of course, cool the engine. But I know some of you are curious why there would be a manual switch for it. Because on really, really hot days, like it is, it's almost 80 degrees out right now. Truck is saying it's about 78 degrees out right now. And when you're sitting for a 10-hour break, I can idle this truck on air conditioner. Not quite sure about heat, but it does idle, you know, all night on air conditioner. I've noticed that auto shut off when it does when I don't have the air conditioner on. But I don't know the exact truth to that or what happens with that. We're supposed to have like ambient sensor, so it goes, I believe the low is 35 degrees when the truck is shut off, and I believe 72 degrees are the highest. So that's how sort of these trucks are supposed to work. Going a little bit slow right now, but traffic has been ridiculous, so I've just been taking my time. Very, very busy, crumped up traffic, so. But as I was saying, when it comes to the manual fan, sometimes, like I said, it depends on how everything is and how hot it is. Sometimes it's manageable, sometimes it's not. But when you're sitting there idling all night, sometimes the air conditioner has trouble keeping up. So all you really have to do is come up here, flip the switch, and that's really bad. You can press the first air recirculation. That really helps things. And man, it gets freaking freezing cold in here when you do that. But sometimes it's really needed. Sometimes it's just that hot outside to where it's necessary. But something that is really beneficial to this company, every single company that I know of, that's if it's a small mom and pop company, have auto shutoffs for the trucks. Now every company has their own system. Some have an optimized idle system, which will turn the truck on and off. You know, it is starting to pour down rain. I've been coming across this like every 15 minutes or something like that, or not every 15 minutes, but for short periods of time. I've been, most of the day throughout, been able to sort of avoid it. I've been running away from the storm pretty much. It's been chasing me ever since this morning. And it finally caught up to me a few hours ago. But I was saying, you know, every company has their own system when it comes to idle and stuff like that. For us, it is APUs, which is hard to come by. They're far in between. I believe I only had one truck that had an APU. Company's starting to go away with them. And we have a bunk heater, which we can use, which I don't really like using that, because with the truck being off, it drains the battery, and if you're there for longer than 10 hours, man, you're gonna be freezing your butt off during the winter. But we have a like I said, an ambient sensor, which is in most of our trucks. So it's between the temperatures that I said 35 and 72 degrees, which is perfectly good enough. Honestly though, I don't even know if I have a bunk heater. I have not even took a look at it and see if I have one. I have no idea. But one beneficial to this company is they do not put temperature regulations. Well, they do, but it's not something that is really a big deal. You know, it's not, you know, so low or so high where you're almost uncomfortable in the truck. That was one of the problems that I had with CRC, and probably the biggest reason that I left was just because of how uncomfortable it was to sleep in the trucks. Not so much the summer, but in the winter, man, you would freeze your ass off. Be almost 60 degrees before that truck ever turned back on. I could not stand that. That's a little bit too cold for me. With this company, I haven't really had too much of an issue with it. I'm fine with the bunk heaters. I just got to make sure that I use it correctly to where I have enough for the battery to last me throughout the night, to where I'm comfortable in the truck. And it works pretty well. The temperature you can set up to 80, 90 degrees, and you'll be roasting in this truck. But it's just the thing of it is when it comes to the battery, you know, that's one of the things that really sucks. But if you really had to, you could probably, I know in the internationals, don't know about this truck yet. It's of course summer, so I haven't used the heat yet. But what the hell are we doing 50 miles per hour? What is this shit? This has been happening too. Wish this radio makeup, it's mine too. I'm just sitting here cruising, man. I'm not in any hurry. Of course, I'm a little bit low on my hours, but I do just fine. But as I was saying, on the internationals, if you found something to hold the brake pedal down, which would work for me, which is kind of a pain in the butt. I couldn't get out the driver's side. I have a big old suitcase that I would use to hold the brake pedal down, and when I did that, the truck would idle. Don't ask me why that worked, but it just did. And I would use that if I knew I was going to be staying longer than 10 hours or something like that. Or I would also use it if the batteries were dead as well. Use it to charge the batteries up to keep the truck running. Not really supposed to do that, but it's working system. So there's a way around it. I could say, you know, a lot of companies know these little tricks. It's something really care about them. I don't think they care about them or think that we know about it. They're not too strict on them. I have idled my truck for so long, almost months on it, and nobody ever said anything. You know, I just think they're trying to do their best to save on fuel, which I get that. You know, fuel is a very expensive thing. It's a company's biggest expense. And some places it's absolutely the law. It's probably not very enforced. I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody getting tickets for entering the truck. I know it's against the law, but you know, maybe when they first started coming out with this stuff, maybe that happened. You know, maybe people were getting tickets for it, but at this point, police officers would have better things to do than to ticket people just for riding the truck. I think they would understand that. Honestly, though, even though they're supposed to enforce it, you know, they're not going into parking lots, you know, patrolling, looking for vehicles that are idling for long periods of time. And even then, with the thousands of other trucks that are idling beside them, you know, it'd be kind of hard to tell who's been idling the longest. And if they're going to try to ticket everybody that's sitting there, they're going to piss off a lot of drivers. Like, they're going to want to run for, you know, for their lives pretty much, because most drivers are not going to put up with that shit. You know, I even saw one time where there was a whole bunch of drivers that, well, there was a driver sitting in the parking lot waiting for his truck to be repaired. I believe he had like a turn signal out, and the DOT officer came in and saw that and gave the guy a DOT inspection and a ticket. And there was a lot of outrage for that. Even, I don't remember what state it was, but I believe the state police had to make a comment on that. You know, I don't think they even agreed with that. I don't even know if that would be legal, because the vehicle is in a safe, legal parking spot. It's on private property, and the vehicle is not even moving. I don't even know if that would hold up in court, honestly. That would be bullshit if it did. You know, just a bunch of bull crap. But yeah, there was a lot of outrage on that. People couldn't stand that. And I don't blame them. That was stupid. So I imagine people getting tickets for just idling their truck. That'd be ridiculous at that point. Alrighty guys, so we're almost to our stop here. Before this video ends up getting way too long here, I think I'm going to be wrapping things up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.